Hello, hello, hello. It is day 41 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. It is June 2nd, 2024. And um looking back looking back on this day, sorry, hopefully my voice will hold up for this. I recorded yesterday's and then I'm recording today's like one after the other because last night as I was going to bed, I was like, oh, I didn't do that. And also because I did end up recording on Friday night, I was like, I'm I'm gonna let myself put off Saturday night until Sunday morning. But then today, which is Sunday, was also an insane day. So so it didn't happen till later on tonight. Anyway, today was the second of two birthday parties this weekend. This one was for my son's best friend and like lifelong friend, his friend who was in my day home for like since they were very, very young. Um, and just like a birthday party that we would never miss, right? That I would never miss, that like I would spend it there. I wouldn't just drop off my kid, like all of these things, right? So, um, and also, he has a new baby sister, which means that I got to hold a new baby, which is like my favorite thing in the world. I was talking to one of the other moms there. We were talking about how like we want to retire and just hold babies. Like they have that, there's like that program where you can go and just hold babies at the hospital and like rock babies at the hospital, right? And just, I was like, when I heard that, it was actually several years ago now, I was like, that's my retirement plan. I'm just going to go hold babies in the hospital. Like that sounds amazing. And in my friends and family circles, I'm called the baby whisperer. Like I will take random people's babies. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, so cute. I need to hold it." Like um I just always have. And I can make any baby fall asleep and I can, like I keep them happy, like all of these things. Whatever. So, going to this birthday party today, this boy's mom is busy. She's got a 3-month-old baby almost, plus her 7-year-old boy and all of these kids to take care of and whatever. And her husband's working out of town right now, actually out of the country right now. So I'm like, I get to hold the baby the whole time. And of course they didn't. I let other people hold the baby too, but I held the baby a lot, which made me very happy. But yeah, so today was like, wake up from the sleepover last night, get that friend back home, get ourselves ready and out the door to go to this birthday party. It was a little bit farther away, so we had some extra driving today, all of the things. And it's so funny because after having a 5K basically sales day on Friday, um, I I had like less than $50 in my bank account on Friday. So before the thing with online payments a lot of the time, right, is they don't go through that day. So it's like you have to wait several days or whatever until you get that money into your account, right? And um like some of it I'm able to withdraw right away, not all of it type of thing, but it was also just on the first it was rent and utilities were due and all of like pet fees and whatever, all the things, right? So I had just spent all of it. So left over after all of that, I had about $50 left in my account. I had two birthday parties this weekend. So normally that would mean needing to get two birthday presents and um whatever, all of this stuff. Now for the the one today for our friend, like his mom is now one of my best friends. Like we're all very close, like consider them family. And it was like, yeah, we'll get him a birthday present later. Right. She actually was saying to people like, we're not going to have time at the place. So like, don't even worry about presents. He doesn't need anything, whatever, all this stuff. And of course my kids want to get him a gift. So I'm like, we will, but we're going to put it off because we know it's not the priority today, right? So we got the other kid a gift for Saturday. We didn't for Sunday, but we drove out there. And of course, my car is like low on gas. So between buying this other kid a gift and the gas for my car, like I had about like, I think it was like $13 left after buying the gift and had to drive quite far for this birthday party. So when we got there, my gas light came on and I'm like, awesome. So I put like the $13 into my tank, right? Um, but it just is so ironic. It's so funny. Like there's this $5,000 paycheck just sitting there waiting to come in. And I'm like, I got $13 to put in my car. Right? Like, but at the same time, celebrating the fact that like I had $13 to put in my car. I didn't have to stay on empty. I wasn't like stranded without gas. I had the ability to buy the gift for the friend that I needed to buy for that day and not for the other. And the other one is totally like, we can do that one later kind of thing. And I just love like the synchronicity, the timing of it all, the ability to just be like, it's fine, right? Like it's, um, everything is always working out. I'm always exactly where I need to be, right? So I am, um, free to like, just to continue to trust. I'm free to, um, be I'm free to, okay, how do I want to word this? I'm free to like to trust, to enjoy, to be in the moment, even though I bring my bank account right down to zero while I'm waiting for that paycheck to come in, or like whatever. And um just not stressing about it, not worrying about it, not being like, what the fuck? Why am I here again? This, that, and the other thing. Like no, like it's fine. We're good. Like everything is good. We have food, we have a roof over our head, the bills are paid, the things are done, right? Like there's I got the gift for the party that happened for the people that we don't know as well, that is my son's friend from school. I got this, that, and the other thing. It's just all of the things were just like, it's amazing to me how I always have enough. There's always enough. I may not have the overflow all the time, but there's always enough. There was enough that I got home no problem, like whatever. And it's going to be a gorgeous week. And the kids have no school tomorrow for my son's birthday. It's a PD day for school. So I'm like, we're just going to be at home. I've already got his gifts. Everything is done then in that area. I've got, um, the rest of the week when it's nice out, like one of his gifts is a bike. Like I was able to, um, so my ex got him a bike for his birthday. And with my daughter, like we just bring her bike back and forth. We don't have one for each house. But this bike that he got him, because of course my son is growing, he's getting bigger, his bike needs to be bigger. So the the bike that he got him doesn't fit well into my vehicle. Like it was a real struggle to get it in. It was kind of sitting on my 3-year-old, now 4-year-old's lap the first time I tried, right? Like the wheel was like resting on her lap as we were driving. My son had to be in the front in his booster seat, um, in the front of the car just so that the bike could fit in, kind of thing. So I told my ex, like, don't bring it. I can't keep bringing it back and forth. Like that doesn't work for my vehicle. And I'll just get him one at my place. And actually, it ended up that my ex found somebody who was selling some used ones and was able to pick it up for me because he was farther out. He was in that area where this guy was doing this. So he picked it up. I paid him for it. Um, it also saved me a lot of money so that I didn't need to buy a brand new bike, right? And anyway, so I have this bike waiting for my son that he's going to be super excited for. And it's going to be a nice week. And we'll be walking to and from school anyways. And the kids will be riding their bikes, right? I'll be walking. And like it's all perfect. It's all always perfect. So to me, I know that a lot of people might be like, "Hey, like you have $0 in your bank account. What are you talking about? Like, why are you celebrating?" And for me, I'm like, I am so blessed. I'm so happy. Like everything is perfect. I have everything I need. I don't need $1 in my bank account because I there's nothing I need to spend $1 on. Everything is covered. Everything has been paid for. Everything is, and not that, okay, that's in an urgent sense. Obviously, there are more things I could pay, right? There are things I owe money to, my credit card, like my mom, whatever, all of these things. But in the moment, here and now, I have everything that I need. All of our needs are met. Everything is paid for, and I don't need $1 in my bank account today. So it just is like as much as I am grateful for and love to have abundance and overflow and more than I need, I am also really grateful to have everything that I need. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, there was something else today. What was it? Oh, so one of the things that I wanted to share for today was this conversation, and I'll probably go more deeply into it in the podcast that Jess and Kelly and I are working on, um, because we'll be having these kinds of conversations on that podcast. However, I did want to bring it up today because it's related to the abundance and to the success and to the suspending disbelief and all of that. But we had these conversations about how, um, as I heal myself, I heal my collective. So we each have different like soul collectives that are, um, like our soul family type of thing where, and this is a personal belief. This is something that I believe. This is something that, um, I think Jess and Kelly, I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but I think that they believe it also because they didn't say otherwise. And usually they would if they disagree. um, but, and some people believe it and some don't, and whatever, it's fine. Um, I am very much a proponent of source energy, there being sort of like this main energy that we are all a part of. We are all one. But it's like pieces of that source energy are soul collectives. And then from those soul collectives, we have the breakdown of like the individual, where our soul, our piece of the one, of the whole soul, comes into our body and we experience life as a human being, as an I, as a solo person, right? Not one of the all. And I do believe that our evolution in this human lifetime is to become more aware of the oneness of all and of how we are all one. So everything that we do affects not only others but ourselves, and vice versa. Anyway, on and on. That's a big conversation, right? But just to give a little bit of a background to make it um so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So when I say as I heal myself, I heal my collective, what that means is that as I work on my healing, my uh, spiritual awakening, healing, my personal development, healing journey, as I am doing all of those things, it is not only upgrading and healing my life, my 3D life, as Brianna Hozak, right? Like it's not just affecting me, it's also affecting, I mean, there's the physical ripple in the world where it's like, okay, the things that I achieve in my life affect my children, affect my, maybe my siblings, my parents, whatever, like my immediate circle, my friends, on and on. But there's also this energetic side to it. There's also this, again, in my way of looking at it, in my set of beliefs, that as I'm doing these things, it's also healing my collective. So my collective is a group of souls who could be scattered all over the earth, right? They're not necessarily in physical proximity to me. I may not even know them in this lifetime yet, or maybe not even ever. Like we may not cross paths, right? Um, but as I heal, I heal my collective. So the things that I work on, that I heal, also help the other souls that are part of my collective. And this is a conversation again that Kelly and Jess and I have had, that um I do believe, and this is not like an exclusionary thing. What we had talked about and what made sense to us was that Kelly and I were part of the same collective, but that Jess was part of a different collective. Um, However, we are all like absolutely soul sisters, soul family. Like the three of us are inseparable, right? But it's like, it just, the way that we've figured it out, from what we can figure out, Kelly and I are from the same soul collective. We have such similar things always happening to us, through us, for us, whatever, all of it, um, in our lives, and not necessarily like same dollar values or same, things like that, but where we are, we'll be receiving the same messages from card pulls. We'll be having the same learnings coming through around the same time. We have similar paths, not the same path, but we have similar paths. We're both very, very connected to Mother Earth. We're both, things like this. So, anyways, we've figured that we are part of the same soul collective. And one of the things that has been coming up lately is beyond the healing, that it also applies to other things. So, like, financially, we're in a little bit different of places financially. She has her husband who works and brings in income. She has her business, whatever, all of these things. So financially, we're in a little bit different places, but we both were kind of in this phase of like a stasis, like where we'd hit a plateau. We'd hit, like almost, it was like a dead zone as far as sales went, like where we were just like with everything. And then um and like both of us having, like, still having income coming in through our businesses, right? We had people in our memberships, we had, like whatever, things like this, but it was just like we were both in this little bit of a rut with bringing in new business, or having creations, things that we were creating taking off, or whatever, things like this. And it was really funny because it was like, okay, I had my 5K sales day. And then the next day she was like, yes, new client signed up for this. Yes, another one. Yes, another one. Right. And it was just like more confirmation, right? More proof. Like, I had this breakthrough, therefore other souls in my soul collective also had this breakthrough. And it's not because they couldn't have done it first. They absolutely could have, right? It was um just so fascinating to witness the ripple effect of it, right? And it was, and again, like, I want to be super, super clear here. Kelly knew what I meant immediately when I said it. Like, it was not anything like I was taking credit for her sales, because that's not true. Again, it could have been her that broke through whatever it was that was keeping us stuck for a little while, right? And her starting to make the sales, and then it happening for me also. Like, it could have gone either way. Um, it was just so fascinating to notice. And for me, this is very much like tied in with my success being inevitable. Like, if we are, if the ripples of the things that happen for us, to us, through us, um, in our lifetime also affect other people in our soul collectives, that goes both ways, right? So other people, maybe even ones that I don't know, could be doing healing that then affects my life. And I just think this is so incredible. I think it's mind blowing. And I think that, um, how could we possibly fail when it's like we have this team? And I don't know a number of how many people are in a soul collective, but like, we have so many people who are all contributing to our success. Therefore, like, we could not possibly fail. Right. And that to me is just like, whoa, like, whoa, absolutely ties in with suspending disbelief that, that our success is inevitable, that there is just no absolutely no chance in the world that we could possibly fail, because it's not just us. We are all one. We are all doing this. We are all affecting one another. And then today I had sort of more deepening into this awareness when I received this message about like how my abundance was helping other people in my collective, and bringing in that energy into them as well, where like when I cross an energy threshold, it also crosses it for them as well and brings them, it's like we all just stay on a level with each other kind of thing. And my mind was really blown thinking about the ripples of my 5K sales day, right? Where it was like, I mean, yeah, like it has ripples in my 3D life. It has, absolutely, it's going to help financially. Absolutely. It is like, okay, a new experience of how I can experience abundance, how I can call in abundance, of how I can do sales, of how my life could look, right? All of these things. But it also has a ripple effect on the people in my life who I owe money to that I get to pay back, right? It has a ripple effect in my life, on the things I'm able to pay for my children. It has a ripple effect on the people whose products or services I will buy, right? Um, and it also has an effect on my clients, because as I have learned a new level of sales, or as I have learned the energetics behind that new level of sales, I guess you should say, or I should say, is like I now get to speak from that place of how did I accomplish this, which is a higher level than I was offering to my clients before. So now my clients get that benefit also, and that ripples outwards towards them. And then that will have its own ripple effects in their life, and so on. Um, there was even another layer to my collective theory, or whatever you want to call it, where we were saying, I was talking to Kelly, and we were talking about how my breakthrough with that financially could have affected her energetically, for her to have the breakthrough financially and be moving forward again, and all of these things. But there was also the added layer of like, I've been wanting to sign up for her Reiki certification that she's going to be offering, and just haven't had the funds for that. And now I'm able to, which means that it's also bringing her in more abundance, right? And it's just like, there's just so many layers to it. And then again, like that reflects back to me as I am certified through her Reiki certification. That will also impact what I can then bring in the future, because I will have that extra level of certification, of ability, of whatever, that I can then provide for my clients, right? It just is mind blowing to me, absolutely mind blowing, the ripple effect and the layers upon layers upon layers of ripples that come from this. Not, and it's not just about a $5,000 day. It's about the ripples and the layers that come from me creating the experiences that I want to that I want to have in my life, me feeling how I want to feel in my life, me believing in my success being inevitable, and me believing that my success was already here versus just being inevitable, and me trusting that I'm always exactly where I need to be, right? All of it is just like absolutely mind blowing to me, how massive the impact, how massive the ripple effect, how massive the importance of something like this, and how much it can change so many people's lives. And this, for anyone who doesn't know, is the premise behind my whole business called Heartbeats Harbor, because Heartbeats, which is my version of Lightworkers, right, is like our heartbeat having an impact in the world, it's like it has multiple layers, multiple impacts for each heartbeat, right? And it's like everything that we do ripples out. Everything that we think, learn, grow, heal, process, all of it, it all has an impact and it all ripples out and it all layers and it's so complex. And it's just the whole premise, right? And then Heartbeats Harbor is because of like I'm calling in the people who are coming to have like be in their safe zone, right? Be in their in my safe spaces that I've created. So that's the premise behind my business. For anyone who doesn't know, the heartbeat thing is all about, and I've started using a different hashtag lately that's heartbeats and ripples because it's just like they're so intertwined. They're so the same thing. And the only reason that I focus on the heartbeats instead of just the ripples is because I it's like the individual, how much our life force and the things that keep us going also affect other people. And just there's so much to it, right? That I'm getting way too into the details here. There is so much that this challenge, this 365-day journey of mine, which is only 41 days in, right? It has just brought so much to the surface to be processed, to be realized, and to be understood. And it's so, so powerful. And it's just like, I could talk about it forever because every little detail of my life, I'm noticing it, right? I'm noticing like the the drive to keep my space cleaner and clearer so that I'm able to focus better, so that I'm able to show up more powerfully and more clearly, so that I'm able to get my message out there, so that I'm able to make the sales, so that I'm able to buy the things, so that I'm able to provide the life for my children, so that it just all ties in. And it's so, so incredible. And I love witnessing and noticing and being present in this challenge. It's just so powerful. It is absolutely life changing. And I'm not even, the other day was 10% of the way there, right? Like I barely gotten started. And I'm just so excited to see where my life is at the end of this. And and I also can tell you right now that day 365 is not the end. This is going to just be a way of life for me from now on. And that um the only reason to continue to count down to 365 is because it is a measurement thing that I'm able to be like, look what I was able to do within 1 year, right? Look at the changes that were able to occur, that I was able to bring into the physical world through this suspending disbelief, through this level of fully letting go of disbelief and just trusting. It is absolutely incredible. And I'm so grateful to all of you who are here listening on this journey with me, taking part, suspending disbelief too. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.